Okay, campers, let's talk inside winterization of a camper. This is what I do. You do not have to follow it. You may not like some of the things I do. You may think I might have to do more. It's okay. It's just a kind of general guideline of what I'm going to do this year. Last year, I didn't quite go in as in-depth as I did this year. So, first thing I'm going to do is we're going to start off in my bedroom up here. You can see right there we have a dog bed. That'll come inside. We'll give that a wash, throw that inside. All the blankets and the bedding will go inside. It'll get washed, and then it'll come back out to the camper. Suitcases will stay here. Hiking bags, we got one there. I have one in a closet, and I have like 4 more in the other closet. Those go into the house. All of our jackets back here will go into the house, obviously. And then when you come into this kind of main entrance area, you can see that we always seem to get like a bunch of little dirt from shoes smears on there. All that gets washed. On this side, all of this dust, all that is going to get dusted, obviously washed. Lamp will stay out here. Down here, this is just kind of like our DVDs. That'll get kind of reorganized. That'll all stay out there. General dusting and cleaning. I don't know how my TV gets so dirty. Life with 4 boys, though. Oh, bonus chips. Those will come inside. This will come inside. These bags I keep outside, that's for cleaning up after our dogs when they go to the bathroom. So I try to keep a bunch in here. Drawers. So in here, right? That all goes inside, gets dishwashed, and then it comes back outside. The drawer will get vacuumed out and sanitized. Same with this one. Inside, dishwashed, drawer gets sanitized. That's my vacuum. Right now I don't want to pull it out because it has a vacuum bag in there, but I'll vacuum the whole camper. I'll pull that bag out. I'll shop back in there, clean it. Obviously the old bag goes in the garbage. I'm done with that for the year. So we go into this cabinet. Oh, everything just falls over. The spices, all that goes in the house. Most of the dishware, it'll go in the house, get washed, come back out. We don't use these plates ever anymore. We use pretty much plastic now. So those I'm probably just going to get rid of. Curry goes inside. Bacon grease. Some of you might remember how I had to re-season a pan and I had to use Pam cooking spray because I didn't have anything else. I now travel with bacon grease. That will go in the house. All that stuff will go in the house. Oven. Inside the oven, it's clean, but I will still give it a good dusting, clean it. Then that'll be done. My cleaning thing, I have some steel wool that I'm going to use to block off some holes. Extra bags for the vacuum, some extra scrub pads. All that is going to go into the house. The only thing that will be left under here is my wire rack for holding my paper towel up there. Okay, up here, all of my paper plates, they go in the house. That's just nesting material for mouse if a mouse gets in here. I don't think we used any of that, but anyway, that will all get washed, brought back out. Underneath my seats, I have pots and pans, like my pots, pardon me. Those will get washed. This one I keep extra water, pop. I drink a lot of pop, so we have like, any given time, we have about 100 cans of pop in here. So that'll go inside. Underneath will get washed. What I'll do is you can see kind of how like we get little stains on our upholstery. All that will get steam cleaned. The bottom carpet here, all that will get steam cleaned. And I can't do that right now because my steam cleaner, I broke it and I'm missing, I gotta go get a part for it. Kids bedding. All of this will go into the house, washed, come back out here. This, once my steam cleaner is going again, I will steam clean this mat, or the mattress for the kids, both top and bottom. Make sure that anything that is dirty and attractive to a mouse is gone. We have a pack and play for our kid. Our youngest Vannon, that'll go into the house. All the suitcases, they'll stay outside. And, yeah. all the bedding again, inside, washed. The pantry, it's still full. All that food is going to go into the house. Then we will wipe it down in here really well with disinfectant wipes. Call her a day. And then it'll be empty. Even like all the towels up there, those are all going in the house. Take it to the freezer. It's still on right now. Obviously, all this goes in the house. I'll turn it off, let it defrost, and then I will clean and sanitize it. Same with the fridge. Again, like I said, I like pop. I got a whole crisper full of pop in there still. So yeah, that will get sanitized and cleaned. Go into the bathroom here. Our tub, as you can see, is just kind of like a storage thing. So all the lacrosse sticks, those are going inside. The garbage goes in the garbage can there. That goes into the garage. This box is kind of our recycling box. That will go into the garage. I keep all my empty cans instead of going to recycling constantly in there. And then I can do a trip every 3 or so days. And then, yeah, I'll give this a good sanitation again. Behind, jeez, even there's dirty. Behind the mirror in the medicine cabinet, all this stuff will go in the house, clean and sanitize. Same with under here. Just some shampoos and some T5 and some paper, RV toilet paper. All of that goes in the house. Especially the paper, as it's mouse kind of material that they tend to like. I'm going to take you down into my vents. Again, last year and the year before, I did not clean these. This year, I'm going to be taking my screws out. I have 3 vents. All 3 vents are going to be cleaned. And then I'll probably do my AC. I do this every couple weeks camping. But, like, not every couple weeks, but I'd say about 3 times a year I clean out my AC. So I'll take this out, filters out, clean them out, put it back together, and then that'll be that. And that's only, did I say Keurig in the house? Yeah, that goes in the house. You don't want the water freeze inside there and screw your pump. That's about it. So when I'm done, I'll make another video of what it looks like when it's done. I probably won't have, again, like the steam cleaning done. And I'm not going to go over how I winterize with RV antifreeze because there's different water heater systems. So there's different bypass valves. Like I only have 1. Some campers have 2. And I've heard of some having 3. And also, there's different pumps. Like I have a flow jet. My dad also has a flow jet, but there's some slight differences in our 2 flow jets. So I'm not gonna do one on that, just because it's just kind of individual to each camper and how to do it. If you ever have any questions, as much information as you can give me, I can probably find out how to do it for yours. The general rule for RV antifreeze is start at the farthest tap. So my flow jet is underneath that cabinet, or behind the cabinet or whatever. It's behind the partition there. So I start at the back outside of my camper back here. From my shower to the shower, then I go to my shower, then I go to my tub, then I go to my toilet, I go to my bathroom sink, and then finally this sink is the last one you do. So yeah, just keep in mind, farthest from your pump, close is to the closest is the order you do your winterization. Make sure you switch your bypass valves on your hot water tank, and then if you open up your hot water tank, make sure you vent that pressure, because that anode rod is under 100 and some psi of pressure, I think it is. So you crack it out, you loosen it, and once you get to a certain point, not enough thread to hold it in, she shoots it out like a rocket. So make sure you release that pressure. That's about the gist of it. I don't think I'm missing anything, so when this is clean, I will see you guys then. Okay, now my cleanup is done. So I'll show you kind of quickly what it looks like. Start in the bedroom again. We never have anything in our closets other than backpacks, so there's no point showing you anything in there. But yeah, the bedding's off. It's still in the house. I just have to fold it, bring it out. All the jackets are on here. This ball has been washed. I will keep the wet jet out here. I'll just take the jug inside. But yeah, so that's done. Counter, this cabinets. Remember, I had bonus chips in here that it's gone. Just the bags left again for cleaning up dog poop in the campsite. So that's clean. You can see it's all dusted, all cleaned up. That bug spray, it'll come in the house. All down here is organized and ready to get bounced around and made a mess again. I typically have kept my garbage bags in here, otherwise I tend to forget that I have them. I keep a couple of mouse traps in here after last year, so that if I do get some in, I will utilize them. So, as you can see, my countertop is clean, the sink is clean. This is my winter RV hose. It'll stay in here for the winter now, just because I want all that stuff to drain out, dry out, and not do anything. Stove, as you can see, it's clean. Top is clean, and inside, we even cleaned and dusted that off. All the spices and everything's all kind of reorganized up in here. The bottom of the shelf vacuumed and cleaned. I vacuumed the bottom of all my shelves, especially the snack drawer, because sunflower seeds and stuff get in there. Again, this one, I gotta take the plates in. That's about it. Just kind of threw everything the way it was. Make sure that you put these clips on. But as you can see, everything's cleaned in there. And again, everything's cleaned in there, so I'm ready for another year of camping in there. Microwave's clean, obviously. Pantry, as you can see, everything is taken out. Cleaned, mopped. All the bedding's out there. Again, it's still in the house. I'll bring it out, fold it up, put it in nicely. I still have to steam clean in there. I have vacuumed them, but I still have to go out and buy a part for my steam cleaner, so none of the steam cleaning's been done. If I do that in the middle of winter and run my heater in here for a day or two, it's not a big deal. My bathroom's clean. I realized right now that I forgot to wipe out my toilet from after the winterization, so it's got a bit of antifreeze in there, but we're done that. As you can see, my bathroom is nice and clean, ready to go. Then, yeah, the streaky clean. That's how you know I cleaned it. And again, in here, you might remember I had all my shampoo and stuff. All that's in there now is T5, because I'm pretty sure if a mouse happens to get in here and eats that, I think that shit will kill him, which is good. And then all of our medicine cabinet is, again, taken out, cleaned out. So that's kind of what I do. Oh, and the vents. So you can see my vents. Vacuumed, cleaned out, nothing in there. So it's all on. In here, again, it's cleaned out. So all of the dishes in the drawers, they were taken inside, dishwashed. And then they're back in here. In there was, again, vacuumed, cleaned. And then, yeah, you can see in that vent too, cleaned. So this year is probably the most thorough I have ever been in here, and I think it looks fantastic. I don't have to worry about much. And then next year, come May long, it'll be basically get in, load her on up, and then 4 months of camping again. So I suggest keeping it as clean as you can going into the winter. So it took me about a day to do everything. I still have to do my storage compartments outside. So, and again, those, I won't do a video this year because I already did most of my outside prep. So it's kind of pointless to show you that. Next year I'll do an outside prep video. But I take everything out. Anything that I used to cook with, so the kitchen stove, the barbecue, that goes into the garage. All my cast irons, I think a lot of people know I travel with like 5 or 6 cast irons. Those go into the house. And then I vacuum the bottom of the compartments. And then I put everything back in, reorganize it. Stuff that I haven't used in like a year or two, I'm taking out. And then that's it. So I think the cleaner you get it, the better. I wanted to say something. Oh, bedding too. If you park your camper in a storage lot or like in a field with you want short grass or gravel, but if you do and you decide to leave your bedding in, I suggest putting it in like a Rubbermaid tote, just so that if there are mice in the area, they cannot smell it or go after it. My camper's sitting on my driveway this year, so I'm not too concerned. Next year it's going to go in my backyard on a gravel pad that I have for it. Next year I might put everything in a Rubbermaid tote. I haven't decided yet, but I also check my camper pretty much weekly when it's on my driveway, just for any kind of rodent activity. But again, when it's this clean, I'm not overly concerned about rodent activity. I'm not going to put bait stations out. I'm not putting Irish Springs out, no bounce sheets out. As it sits right now, the slide will come in, and that is it for the year. Hopefully I don't get mice. I did get mice last year. Last year was not as thorough in my cleanup, and last year was also in a field. And I parked a little too close to some bushes, and I don't know how long the grass was. I didn't really pay attention, so. But this is how she's going to look, and if I have any problems this winter, you guys will be the first to know about it. So, thank you for taking the time to watch. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section or on the Facebook group. You can also private message me, and I will do my best to answer them. I will see everybody in about 8 long, cold months. Have a fantastic winter, guys.